Good morning, students, and welcome to English Grammar, Chapter 10, Modals. Modals are auxiliary verbs that are used to express ability, possibility, certainty, suggestion, permission, obligation, etc. So, in short, we can say that modals are the helping verbs, and these helping verbs or auxiliary verbs are used to give a suggestion, permission, etc. For example, can, may, might, could, and must. These are modals. Modals cannot stand on their own and are always used along with the main verbs. You would have seen that these modals cannot be used alone. They are called helping verbs because they always come along with the main verb and they help these verbs to convey the message more meaningfully. The verb that is used with a modal is always in its base form or the base infinitive form. For example, Mona can write well. Now here we have two verbs, can and write. Now write is a main verb and can is the helping verb. So can here is the modal. Unlike the primary auxiliaries, modals do not change according to subject and number. Okay, these modal verbs, they won't change like how your main verb changes. Many times it becomes she goes, she went, she goes. Okay, so this modal verbs, they won't change. You will never hear them saying cans, wills. It is always can, will. So according to the subject, they don't change. Modal verbs do not change with the change in tense also. Okay, only if it is can, past tense will be could, may will become might. That's it. Modals do not have non-finite forms. I can sing. Okay, I'm canning, ing, to, all these things are not added with modal verbs. The auxiliary verbs, we don't add ing or to or any such things. Two or more modals cannot be strung together. Okay, it is not possible that I'll use might also, will also. For example, here I might will go to Goa. No, it's not possible. Only one modal verb will be used at a time. I might go to Goa next week. Now let's do exercise 1. State whether these sentences are correct or not. Correct the ones that are wrong. Meena and drawing very well. Can drawing, not possible. Meena can draw very well. Tina can take the first bus. Tina will take the first bus. To reach on time, they should to take a taxi. To reach on time, they should take a taxi. He must, not possible. Study hard if he wants a good grade. He must study hard if he wants a good grade. Sarah must, two auxiliary verbs they have to get used together. Learn German if she goes to Germany. Sarah must learn German if she goes to Germany. I hope after doing this exercise, it's more clear what I was explaining you. Now let's do exercise 2. Change the following sentences into negative and interrogative sentences. Children, when you have modal verbs or auxiliary verbs, it is very easy for you to make interrogative sentences because you just have to pick out that particular word and bring it in front. For example, Umang can fly kites. Now here modal verb is can. So just bring that can in the beginning. So can Umang fly kites, and don't forget to put question mark. Okay, interrogative sentences. And now they have also asked to write into negative. Whenever you write not, it becomes a negative sentence. So Umang cannot fly kites, and you know the cannot can be written as can't as short form. So it's up to you whether you write Umang cannot fly kites or Umang can't fly kites. I have written here in bracket just for your knowledge. Okay, it's up to you whichever way you write, short form or full form. Sagar will help me with his project. Sagar will not help me with this project is a negative sentence. Will Sagar help me with this project is interrogative. Chetan could lift really heavy weights. Chetan could not lift heavy weights. Could Chetan lift heavy weights? You could have taken the school bus. Just take could in the beginning. Could you have taken the school bus? Interrogative. You could not have taken the school bus is a negative sentence. This will be difficult assignment. This will not be a difficult assignment. This will be a difficult assignment. Now, can or could. Can is used to express ability or possibility. She can dance, she can sing, so that shows possibility. Could expresses ability or possibility in the past. Can is for present and could is for past. To talk about future possibilities, might or could are used. To suggest a choice or an option, we use could or can. To give instructions or permission, both may and can be used. Children, whenever you ask or you're taking a permission, it's 95% may. May I come in? May I drink water? May I take your notebook? May I take your pen? May I borrow your pencil? So whenever you're asking someone, it is mostly used may. Here they have written that you can use may and can, but may is considered to be more polite and more respectful. So you have to use may. Can and could are used to ask about present or future possibilities. Okay, as I said in the beginning, the same way you can use can and could. Now let's do exercise 3, filling the blanks with can, could, may or might. Remember, many models are synonymous and have the same function. Okay, as you do the exercise, you will come to know that it's almost the same, and synonymous means the same. Okay, having the similar meaning. Try not to use the same model repeatedly. We will try, but if it is not possible, then you can use. You may take the day off if you have finished your work. Can you tell me the way to the park? Could rather be allowed to practice in the debate. Kajol might want to revise the lessons before she takes the test. Going out alone at night can be dangerous. Don't talk to strangers, you can get into trouble. Can we see more designs, please? Could this be our new boss? Take an umbrella, it may rain. We might go out for dinner. Children, I just want to bring to your notice that whenever you're using modal verbs in the beginning, there will be question mark at the end, because whenever we are using modal verbs in the beginning, they are considered as interrogative sentence. In the previous exercise, we saw that how we were making a simple sentence into an interrogative sentence. So how we have picked up the modals in the beginning, like can, could. So whenever can, could, may, will, all these verbs or modal verbs are used in the beginning, remember that there would be question mark at the end. So if you don't put question mark at the end, as you can see in the 7th and 8th, there was a question mark at the end. If you don't put, then it is grammatically wrong. You may lose marks. This will take some time. May I know your name, please? See question mark at the end. Shall and will. We use future tense, shall or will plus main verb. Okay. She will go to Mumbai. So, shall or will plus main verb. Will and shall is used to show determination or a promise. Okay. I will go to Mumbai. So, that means I am very sure I am going. It is a determined statement. Will is used to make request or to ask for favors. Will you lend me some money? So, it's a favor. Should and would. Should is used to talk of an obligation or give advice. Would used to talk about actions in the past. Would is used to make polite request. Shall and will. It is used to express a wish, to express certainty. Must is used, must or should, to express obligation in WH questions. Exercise 4. Filling the blanks with appropriate models from the box given below. You might be extremely tired after your long journey. Don't go near the cliff. It can be dangerous. May I use your phone, please? See here also question mark. When there is a toddler in the house, you must not leave sharp objects lying around. Seema, would you like a lift home? Can you please help me find my purse? You should visit your mother today. It's her birthday. Nobody is answering the door. They might have gone out. I wish he may not play the drum so loudly. Can you go for a movie with me? Everybody should follow traffic rules for their own safety. Shall we join the new astronomy club? It will be fun. Should you always be so tactless? See question mark at the end. You must have hurt her feelings. Raghav will try to get along with all his classmates. We may go to watch a movie. Now let's do exercise 1. Now in this we have to make sentences with if or could or would. You know if is used to make a condition. The first one is done for you. So this example they have already done it in the textbook. I have no time, practice basketball. If I had time, I could practice basketball with you. Did you leave early? Missed bus. If I had left early, I could catch the bus. The meaning remains the same. You're putting the condition, but meaning remains same. Have to work tonight, cannot go to gym. If I had no work tonight, I would have gone to gym. Going to visit grandmother, cannot come for party. If I was not going to visit my grandmother, I could have come for party. Mayank may refuse to pay, not to give him books. If Mayank is ready to pay, I could give him books. Have no money, cannot lend you any. If I have money, I would have given you. Here are some questions. Complete them using the right models. Children, again I am telling you, see, whenever you are using modal verbs in the beginning, the sentence will end with a question mark. Could you please be quiet? Question mark. Why would you always tease your sister? Because your why is there, that's why here that question mark has come. Should you make so much noise? Should we see a movie tonight? Could I throw away all this rubbish? Would you like a little more tea? Could you really be studying? Would you close the door? Who would like some cake? Where should we stay? So that's the end of this chapter. It's a very interesting chapter and I hope you have understood this chapter very well. Now write exercise 1, 2, and 5 in notebook, 3, 4 and 6 in textbook. Thank you and may God bless you. Take care.